How's it going, everyone? Welcome to the first episode of Sean's Journey to Hunt. I am Sean, and I'm going to be documenting my journey to my first hunt. Now, at the time I'm recording this, I have already done my first hunt. Um, Unfortunately, due to a lot of unforeseen circumstances, I was not able to record it. But I was able to record my first duck hunt. So I'm going to be using the footage from that. Um, the reason I'm making these videos is when I first started getting into hunting, looking into hunting, I didn't have, I didn't know that I have a fair amount of friends who did go hunting, and none of my family are hunters. And my sister did marry into a family who they do hunt, but they live about 400 miles away. So trying to go up there and just learn is something not feasible. Uh, I moved out to northern Nevada, where I'm at now, probably about 12 years ago. And that's when I actually really started thinking about hunting and firearms and all this other stuff, because I'm originally from the Bay Area. The only time that I really had any experience with firearms was a friend's dad had one, or a friend's dad was one of my friend's dads when I was in high school. He was a member of SWAT for the local PD, and due to a bunch of things, wasn't he offered to take me down to the shooting range, and things just never worked out. So yeah, but I'm making these videos to sum all that up. I didn't have anyone that I knew I could ask. I didn't understand a lot of the stuff out there. So, and also I was kind of afraid to ask, because when I started wanting to hunt, I was about 32, and I'm 34 now. So there was kind of that, I don't want to look like an idiot, because by that point, the 2 years ago, um, I was very familiar with firearms, um, proficient with handguns, still learning about rifles, and or still learning how to work rifles and become proficient with those. And then scoped rifles, I had zero experience with, minus taking my wife's. So my wife inherited, or technically, my son inherited a 300 Weatherby Magnum from my wife's grandparents, and that's the only scoped rifle I ever shot. And shooting that now has become very expensive. It's about $100 for a box of 20 rounds. So that thing doesn't get taken out that much until I start reloading. That's something else I'm learning to do right now, and I might do a video when I learn more about it. I just want to show you how I learned stuff and give you some resources to go look at if you're afraid to ask, or not afraid, but like, yeah, I would say afraid. If you're afraid to ask someone for help learning, if you don't have anyone that you know to help you on your journey to hunt, or if I'm also using this to get other people's opinions on how I can go about learning new skills. So the first part of all of this is congratulations. You made the first step and you want to learn how to hunt. So the first thing that you should do, go down to your local Department of Fish and Wildlife, or whatever it is in your area. Out here in Nevada, it's Nevada Department of Wildlife. So I'm just going to call it Department of Wildlife or Department of Fish and Games. Depending on what your state calls it, it'll be different. Or it might be different. So first thing, go down to your local Department of Wildlife. Ask them for a book that kind of looks like that. Nevada small game. There's also Nevada big game. Yes, there is a difference between the two. Small game would be migratory birds, local birds, rabbit, squirrel, just any local small wildlife. Big game will be deer, elk, moose, antelope, caribou, boar, stuff like that. So different states do have different regulations on what you can hunt, what you can hunt with. I've heard rumors of certain states putting weight restrictions on your firearm. So like your entire rifle, fully loaded, magazine or scope, gun, all of that has to be under like 7 pounds, or it can't be over 14 pounds or something like that. I'm trying to learn right now shotgun hunting for upland game birds, like quail, chukar, Hungarian partridge, stuff like that. And also for waterfowl, for duck, geese, and whatever other waterfowl there are out there. Also trying to learn regular rifle and black powder rifle. Black powder would also be considered muzzle loader. That one's just more for fun, and there is a difference I'm learning, or the first difference I have found is some states say you cannot have optics on your muzzle loader or black powder rifle. That is the case where I'm at. I think there's only 1 or 2 other states that say you cannot have optics on your rifle. And what I mean by optics is a red dot sight or a telescopic lens. So getting ahead of myself, that's going to be more for the gun portion video. The shortest video I'm going to do is the law section. One, because I'm not a lawyer, I cannot give you legal advice. What I can do is tell you what to look, where to go, who to talk to. That's it. And anything I do say in these videos, it is not legal advice. It's not to be taken as legal advice. This is stuff that I'm learning, and I am trying to help guide you to finding out how to hunt in your area or another area that you do plan on hunting. Also, I am not rich. I do not have a lot of money. So I'm going to tell you how I get my firearms and how I get them pretty inexpensive, and how I go about using my money the wisest to do my hunting. Because there are a lot of people in the U.S. who don't have the funds to act like these huge hunters. There is a guy who does a show, podcast, and has his own media company. I think you all know who I'm talking about. They're based out of Montana. I love his content. I love everything that company is putting out. It is a good starting point to get people interested. But for some of us, doing those hunts all around the country, that's not something we can do. Whether it's time or it's too expensive. So yeah, let's get into it. You made the decision to hunt, and congratulations. You were trying to learn. Even if you're not going to go out hunting, you're just watching this to figure out what hunting's about. Awesome. So, to me, hunting is going out and ethically harvesting game to feed yourself and your family. And have some fun along the way doing it, getting some exercise also. First thing, like I said earlier, that you want to do, go to your local Department of Wildlife or even your local Walmart. Might have a book on, like, the little legal booklet, or not legal booklet, but game booklet of what you can hunt, where you can hunt it, some of the laws and statutes, what if you need any special permits for that area, what your harvest limits are, what the dates are that you're allowed to hunt. All of that, you have to be really careful. And right now, any company that I mention in these videos, they're not sponsors. I'm not sponsored. If I get a sponsorship, that is awesome. I will let you know that the video is sponsored by so and so. But I doubt I'll get there. So you want to go get that book, read up, look at it, look at some of the statutes, and then sign up for a hunter safety course. That's the first thing you have to do before you get your hunting license. And if I remember right, you only have to do it once, and then you can continue to buy licenses from there. There is a difference between your licenses. So I have a hunting license. That means I am able to go out hunting, but there are restrictions. I can't just go out and hunt a deer. I can go out and hunt chucker without a tag. That's one thing I should have pointed out. There's licenses and tags. Your license says you are allowed to go hunting. Tags are what you are allowed to hunt. So, where I'm at, if you want to go hunt deer, you need a deer tag. If you want to go hunt elk or specific species of elk, you have to have that specific species tag. If you want to go hunt black bear, you have to have a black bear tag. I think you also need to have a guide to go hunt black bear out here. I haven't looked into that. That's not something I know. But deer, elk, antelope, you have to have a tag. Right now, I could go out and hunt rabbit as long as the species that I'm hunting is in season, which, as of right now, today is the last day for that. I got skunked. So, yeah, licenses, tags, like some upland game birds, you do not need a tag. Waterfowl is a totally separate area. You have to have a waterfowl stamp, or I think it's a waterfowl stamp. Everyone just I can't say words. Everyone knows it as a duck stamp, but it's actually a migratory game bird stamp. So it's used for goose. It's used for duck. Where I'm at, you have to have a special tag for a swan. So those are fun things, and it is very fun to learn all that. But pretty much, when you want to start hunting, do your hunter's education or your hunter safety course. I did mine online. My state recognizes the school online that I did it at. If you go to your state's local, or not local, your state's fish and wildlife website, it'll be able to tell you if you can use an online course or if you have to go do it in person. There are a couple states that I did not see on the website, so that means most likely they do not acknowledge it as a valid hunter safety course. The hunter safety course online was $25. I did it at my own pace. Took me about 2 weeks, a week or 2 weeks to complete it. But that's because I was also raising a kid and working a full-time job. So I didn't have that time to dedicate solid blocks to get all of it done in a day or two. You could get it done in a day. It's not super long. Or you can go to your local wildlife office and they can tell you when the next hunter's education course is. You have to have that if you were born after 1972 or you turned 12 after 1972, something like that. You have to have your hunter's education before you can buy a license. I know down in Texas, when I lived there, we were allowed to go hunt hogs and axis deer without hunter's safety course or without a license or tags or anything like that because they were considered invasive species, and it was a stipulation put into the eradication program. If you're able to go down to Texas and do a hog hunt, go do it. They are fun. Some people say hogs taste nasty. I like them. I did not kill a hog myself, but I did have buddies that did kill them, and they were delicious. What else? Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. These videos, they're going to go through, and we're going to talk about firearms and firearm safety. Super short video on legal stuff. I'm hoping I can get a game warden on to talk about stuff specific to my state and possibly some national things. Also looking at doing what you should wear, what you should bring, Probably bringing on a couple of my buddies who have more experience hunting to give their views and opinions. So I'm putting out these videos because I had a hard time finding all this information out myself. And if these videos can make your journey to hunt not quicker but easier, then awesome. I've done my job. And yeah, so let your friends know about the page. Share it with family who are interested in hunting. Use these as information for you. Yeah, but I hope you all have a good day, and I will see you in the next video.